Ew, you still play Sonic games? They're terrible.
Yeah, Steven Universe fans the worst.
Homestuck, what are you? Tumblr
Fire
trash?
Emblem is for losers and
Dude,
pedophiles.
Splatoon is for 4-year-olds.
Isn't Persona that anime game for weeaboos?
That franchise and its fanbase are cringe!
Even if any of that is true, should it stop you from enjoying them?
Sensors indicate you're about to defend Sword Art Online, among other things. Recommended course of action is to stop talking immediately. Sensors indicate you are not going to stop talking. Recommended course of action for the audience is to turn the video off immediately.
I'm doing the next episode with the power turned off.
That reminds me, I should charge my emergency batteries.
Anyway, is there a game, movie, show, comic, or other piece of media that you look at and go, oh, well, I'll never watch that because it or its fans are just too cringy? I know I can think of some. I mean, I did write the script to that intro gag after all. But is it really fair to judge a franchise based on these preconceived notions? Before we answer that, let's back up a little. What exactly is cringe?
The Merriam-Webster dictionary defines cringe as verb, to recoil in distaste, or to shrink in fear or servility.
Other sources also use words like disgust or embarrassment when defining the word cringe. And if you've ever used the word or felt cringe for yourself, then you probably have a good understanding of what that embarrassment feels like. In case you don't know what I'm talking about, were you ever into something as a kid that you now think is really embarrassing? You could classify that thing as being cringe. Maybe you even still love that thing, despite knowing how cringe it is. Here, let's attempt to understand it a bit better through example. I will now attempt to embarrass myself in front of the 10 people that actually watch these videos.
You mean more than you usually do?
Yes, way more than I usually do. I love Sword Art Online. It's the second anime I ever watched, and I was in middle school at the time, so sure, it makes sense that I'd be super into it. But there was no past tense in that statement. I still love SAO. I could sit here and argue with you about how, despite the characters being mostly one note and the series writer just not being very good, I love it anyway. But that's a whole other video that I'm never going to make. I'm using the show as an example of my own experience with liking something that most people would consider cringe. There are other things that I enjoy that would fall into that category, but
Allow me to list them off for the audience.
I really don't think that's necessary.
Sonic the Hedgehog, Steven Universe, Fire Emblem. You watch a lot of those Ask Reddit text-to-speech videos. You also watch a lot of reaction videos. You've seen way more anime than you let on.
Okay, thank you, Neptune. Very helpful.
My pleasure, Captain.
Anyway, the point is, there's a lot of things that people enjoy that other people would consider cringe. Let's do a small experiment. How many of these franchises that we've talked about so far did you think were cringe? Follow-up question, how many of those things that you thought were cringe have you actually experienced firsthand? Many people are quick to dismiss certain pieces of media because they've heard it's cringe, or maybe they've seen a piece of fan art or fan fiction and thought that those things were cringe, leading them to dismiss the source material. Let's look at another game that I love that many people find to be a little cringy. Doki Doki Literature Club. Don't worry, I won't spoil the twist for you. DDLC, to me, is an amazing game created by a very smart writer and developer. The letter you unlock after 100%ing the game is a testament to that, in my opinion. And while I don't think the game is seen as cringy by everyone, or even most people, the number is certainly not 0. But I think that it shouldn't really be this way. This is an example of one of those that game is cringe situations, where I don't understand why people feel that way. I did play the game pretty soon after it came out though, so maybe that's why, but even from that perspective, I think dismissing DDLC as too cringe is closing the door on an incredible and thought-provoking experience. The story of DDLC and its execution in the form of a visual novel are so fascinating that I believe anybody refusing to experience it is missing out big time. And that's my overall point for this video. If you dismiss things on such arbitrary grounds, then you're letting closed-mindedness keep you from some amazing pieces of media. Back to SAO, I have friends who refuse to watch it because it has several scenes depicting blatant sexual assault, and those types of things are very triggering to them. I want to make it clear that this is a completely valid reason for not wanting to watch something. I am in no way implying that you should watch anything and everything regardless of your reason for not wanting to. There are completely valid reasons for not wanting to experience something, and I'm not trying to take that away from anyone. What I'm talking about essentially is judging books by their covers. We've all heard that saying before, and I have to assume we all know what it means. One of my favorite examples of this is in a Tumblr post I saw once.
You saw it in a Reddit video.
Yes! Yes, I did! And what about it? I'm not ashamed. In fact, here it is!
Oh, some girl on Tumblr is burning a book called Guys Like Girls Who. Actually, when I was younger, my mom gave me this book, and it teaches young girls to love themselves before they worry about what guys think of them. It really helped 12-year-old me. The end of the book says, Guys Like Girls Who Like Themselves. The title is meant to catch the attention of self-loathing teenage girls because they're the ones who need to read it the most. So you all literally just judged a book by its cover. Go stand in the corner and think about what you did.
You can't embarrass me if I embarrass myself first, you blinking blue muppet! I watch stupid Reddit videos. Happy now? Yeah, that's what I thought. Anyway, people do this more than you think. Now, obviously that title was created with the specific intention of deceiving people. What about other pieces of media who get judged so harshly based on very surface-level knowledge? The reason I'm making this video is because I recently had my eyes open to an experience that I avoided for the longest time because I thought it was just too cringy. That experience was the Danganronpa franchise. Many people have heard of this series and think it's this weird dating sim for people who are into generic anime trope characters and hentai and stuff like that. I certainly felt that way for the longest time, but then I played them. I certainly enjoyed my time with Danganronpa 1 the anime, but when I started playing Danganronpa 2, I found myself becoming incredibly emotionally attached to this wonderful cast of lovable characters. How did I know I was attached?
Warning. The following clip contains spoilers for the second chapter of Danganronpa 2, Goodbye Despair. Please skip to the following timestamp to avoid having that chapter ruined for you.
Soak the entire body with a bunch of plastic water balls.
Wait.
Oh, god damn it,
That
please!
echo.
Come on!
See? Just as I thought.
There's no way.
Hold on. You know who the killer is?
I'm so upset.
Let me
There's
ask.
no
Who
way.
might that be?
Debut. Echo.
God fucking damn it.
Choose her. do it. I wanna know. Look it.
So yeah, as per my friend's advice, I recorded myself and 2 other friends playing through Danganronpa 2, Ultra Despair Girls, and part of Danganronpa V3. This actually was an amazing idea because now I have proof of my slowly growing love for all of these characters except Hyoko. With every passing interaction, I was laughing, playing, and most importantly, suffering along with all of these characters that I once judged to be too strange to be worth my time. One character in particular captured my heart and then fucking shattered it.
Warning. The following statements contain spoilers for all of the Danganronpa franchise. Here is another timestamp.
I want to make sure you all understand that what I'm about to say is no exaggeration. I have never, in my 23 years of media consumption on this planet, emotionally connected with a fictional character more than I did when I experienced the story of Chiaki Nanami. Hey, what did we just talk about? What did I just say about books and how their contents are not to be judged by their covers? Yes, at first I liked Chiaki because she was a gamer girl. But she wasn't my favorite character in the beginning. Peko Yama was. But as her story unfolded, I watched her care deeply for the safety of her friends, the agonizing pain she felt when she was watching friends die over and over again, the determination that grew in her with each passing death as she tried harder and harder to do everything she could to keep everyone safe. The scene where she stops Hajime from entering the final dead room was filled with so much compassion and solemn understanding that it was fucking palpable. All of these small scenes and glimpses into Chiaki's caring and loving personality culminated in me just completely losing my cool in her final moments.
Bye, everyone.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. It's not okay. I know what I'm looking up on Wallpaper Engine later.
Man.
Having to watch this pure and beautiful soul be mercilessly executed for no other reason than to satisfy Monokuma's sick bloodlust was heart-wrenching. And it was only made worse when I got to see her again in Danganronpa 3, the anime. The moment I saw a living, non-AI, fully human Chiaki, I knew that I'd have to live through that heartbreak again. And come Despair Arc Episode 10, I cried harder than I had in a long time. If I had continued to avoid the series based on rumors and shallow surface-level experiences with it, I would have never gotten to fall in love with such a wonderful group of characters. Despite this immense sadness I felt along the way, I cherish those memories of my first time meeting these characters. Is the Danganronpa fanbase pretty cringy? Yeah, probably. But should that stop you from trying to enjoy it for yourself? Absolutely not. My biggest takeaway for you all today is to go out there and try something new. That game that you got turned off of because it was just too overhyped? Play it anyway. That show that you were interested in, but then you saw some really weird fan art? Who knows, it could still be pretty good. We should all make a conscious effort to take the things that we don't think we will like and give them a chance anyway. I'm not saying that it would always show good results. I finally watched all of Attack on Titan and I still only think it's just okay. But you never know what franchise will be your next surprise favorite. So isn't that chance worth taking?
So does that mean you're going to give League of Legends another chance?
Fuck no!